Good afternoon, dear ladies and gentlemen. We are so happy to see you again at our broadcast in two languages, in Russian and in English, at our press conference dedicated to the final results of an open contest for the renovation of Norilsk city by 2035. The jury finished their discussion and we are ready to see the results. But before we mention our finalists, I would like to give the floor to Dmitry Karasov, the head of the city and the chair of the jury, to share his impressions of this competition. Dear friends, this is the final stage of an important international competition for our city, for the development, architecture and planning concept for the renovation of Norilsk city. And I'm really happy that now our city has three important concepts that we are going to implement in a synthesis. And I would like to thank all the participants, Grand Plan Moskva, Krasnoyarsk Project, and the High School of Economics, for all the work they have done, because they've studied a lot of documentation, studied the territory. Yourself, you've visited Norilsk city, you saw the nature of the city, you saw the current architecture, and you saw what exactly we would like to have with your help, because the way we see it, it's only one angle, but you as the guests of our city may see it in a different way, and it might be different. It doesn't mean that what we see is the only right way to see it. I would like to thank the jury members, those who participated today in our final stage of the competition, for everyone who came to Norilsk, who did it in person, because I think this should be done in person. And I would like to thank you very much for that. For myself, I can say that I've got a lot of useful and interesting information for all three concepts. And I'm pretty sure that this useful information is what we're going to work on, and we will start doing that this year. All the participants, they had interesting concepts and ideas, some peculiarities, and we will definitely work on that. I would like to thank all of you once again. It was my pleasure to work with you all this time on preparing this concept. Thank you. Yes, let us just congratulate ourselves with a round of applause. All this wouldn't be possible without the Norilsk Development Agency. From day one, they've been not only the owner of this event, but also they were following step by step all our contestants to make sure that opinion of people is heard, and that the opinion of people is the way the future of Norilsk will look like. I would like to give the floor to Mr. Mironov, to Maxim Mironov, to share his impressions. Well, I would like to, first of all, address the teams, the consortiums that participated in the competition. I'm happy with the results that all the teams demonstrated. And today, especially today, when you've been presenting your final results, when you were telling about the projects, I could see the way you've put effort into all this. And I believe that this was the most difficult project in your portfolio. Maybe it will remain like that, because engineering and making a project about an Arctic city, maybe it won't happen anytime soon in the future. And I believe that you've built a lot of competence. You saw it from a different angle, and I believe that you've learned a lot from this. Thank you very much for all the work that you have done. For me personally, it was kind of obvious who is going to be the winner. And the winning consortium today, the results are going to be announced just in a minute. I believe that this team fully met all the requirements, all the specifications that we've provided. We know that it was really hard. I'm pretty sure that we've been working together 3 months to design this, assignment. We know that it was not easy, and the winner did it all. The consortiums that took the second and third place, please don't be disappointed. Your ideas are really cool. We've discussed it today with the head of Norilsk that there are some ideas, interesting engineering solutions, architectural solutions that we've loved right away, that we're definitely going to use in this renovation program. I'm very happy with the results. Thank you very much. Thank you, Maxim. Larisa Zelkova, the Vice President of Norilsk Nickel, she could not attend today personally, but all the time she was remotely via video conference, and her video address. Despite all the months of active work, we've reached the final stage of our competition for the architectural planning concept of Norilsk. Ahead of us, we have a lot of work to implement all the approaches that we've seen and that we've developed together, that were presented by 3 consortiums, by 3 finalists. One way or another, regardless of the winner, I still believe that Norilsk, Nornickel, and everyone who lives and works in Norilsk already are the winners. Why? Well, simply because the projects, the ideas, the questions that we asked were solved by the best architects. And today we have a lot of interesting ideas, creative ideas. And regardless of the project that will be chosen the best, we still can use all the developments that we got. I wish you all the best. And I really hope that the renovation project, thanks to this big effort that was put by the teams, is going to be unprecedented. It was really a pleasure that Larisa found time to work with us on that. I would like to mention that this is really a unique competition. The renovation of the whole city is very rare, a unique example, and this is the first example like that in Russia. Hard to match. The contestants, not only Russian but international, reached the final, and they worked actively in the consortiums, and that's how we see the result that they've built together. And now we start with the most pleasant part of our press conference. I would like to ask the chair of the jury and the head of the city to stay at the tribune, and all the members of consortiums to come here when you are announced. Okay, so ranking 3rd in our competition, and the name will be on the screen. From Krasnoyarsk, Russia. Please stay right here so we can take a picture. And once again, a round of applause. And we are ready to say ranked the 2nd. A little bit of intrigue. And finally, the first
команду победителя мы просим пройти за трибуну.
A winning team can present their work now here to those who are eager to see how it will look like in the future. But first, a brief video.
Самое крутое в нашем городе – это наш супердом. А самое удивительное в супердоме – это галерея. Она идет через весь дом, и здесь всегда тепло. Больше всего я люблю в галерее мой авиамодельный кружок. Поэтому я нарисовал себя и самолет.
Of course, and that's why I'm drawing now a plane. No, I think the coolest thing about my city is a generation center.
I have shown myself the balcony generation center. I'm waiting for my friend. They are coming with their parents. I see them right away and run downstairs. Then we go to work in our studio, and parents are either going to take care of their business or they are sitting and waiting in cafeteria. And for me, the very best place of the city is the oasis in Wagner under a large cupola. In the coldest winter, it's warm. There's a botanical garden and the cinema with various entertainment. And it's so cool to be walking out of school and ending up into eternal summer. The renovation program of housing 2035 launches the transformation of Norilsk, turning it into a modern, blossoming city. All its stages can be broken down into various buildings, having great homes in the spirit of Norilsk, intra-quarter structures, different in design, and one super home, which is shaping a whole street. It incorporates innovative engineering systems and internal warm street. In Norilsk, we are having a network system of the public city center, which we offer to be developing using comfortable public spaces and municipality buildings. Mira Street is turning into a pedestrian street with a system of warm pavilions with commercial functions and the urban hall. At the beginning of Mira Street, we are establishing city-wide generation center where each citizen of Norilsk will find its own place for entertainment and development. The main function of the city is developing creative industries is education. So we are offering development of educational cluster on the backbone of the Polar University, including new school, college, modern campus and scientific center. Developed functions of the campus such as sports block and congress hall are servicing not only educational cluster but whole of the city, which is the third mission of Polar University. All new facilities, together with existing ones, will develop a fully fledged public center, which will significantly improve the quality of life in all districts of the city. Wagner district is turning into a starting site for all of the renovation program. On top of residential quarters, a developed city center will be greatly oriented to tourism, recreation, and entertainment. For many decades, residents of the city were waiting and dreaming of a comfortable, warm and green space where they can spend their recreation time. This is what we are offering for public city of Wagner. Mini city under the cupola is full of various functions and areas protected from the adverse weather, and the wind farm is providing electricity for this Wagner facility. The outcome of renovation of Norilsk is significant improvement of the quality of life, space, and the system of public centers, which will make life in the city diverse and happy for all generations. Dear friends, Anybody standing here would probably say the same words. This was an important challenge, which was indeed so for many reasons, because we are deeply convinced in the fact that the city with a special history, culture, special nature of social communication, which all generate some special Norilsk code of people born here, growing and developing here, working and living in Norilsk. We thought about this city a lot, with a large team, multidisciplinary team, and I'll talk about this later. We understood that residents of the city deserve quality, comfortable, developing environment. And thinking about this project, we are relying on the interests of the residents. Thus, this being cornerstone of our actions, stressing human capital development, making this city to be strongly attracting the people, holding them there. So this code of Norilsk would be complemented by the fact that it is concentrating a creative class of the society, which is very important role. I'm grateful to each and every member of the team. Okay. Molding us together into an effective consortium. We were looking for various partners, trying to make sure that the team covers the expertise for everything necessary for addressing the needs of the city. And that was a special challenge for Higher School of Economics. I tried to note 11 institutes and centers of competencies: Institute of Education, Statistics, Research, and Economy of Knowledge, Institute of Construction. All of them were engaged into this project. It has to be very much multidisciplinary. And out of this work, we have managed to come up with many things for ourselves, for those who are working on transformation of cities, because this is the project about new cities, about the development of cities. First is when we are talking about renovation, it's not only about architecture and planning solutions, it's about a complex approach to the development of the city, to educational technologies, to social technologies, to technologies in the area of health, in communication, etc. Secondly, it was very important for us to address the topic technologically only, because everything happening in the Arctic and the Arctic territories is itself a challenge for new solutions for the quality. So we were not formalistic what we developed in the proposal, and we believe that a large share of our ideas will be implemented in the city, in your city. We see it in your eyes, in your response to the presentation and materials you've provided. The city and the project of renovation of Norilsk would indeed bring in new quality. I'm grateful to each and every member of the team. You've done a great job. Believe me, 96 people taking part in the development of this project is a large team. But we were surrounded by the idea of this creativity. That's very important.
Самое главное, спасибо вам.
Most important is thank you. Thank you for the organization. You've done a good job because what we have done, we were aspiring, constantly running to follow up with your work. I'm grateful to you, grateful to the agency, because whatever question we asked was responded to professionally, not formalistically. I'm grateful to Nornickel Corporation for the great idea for what you are doing, because it's a unique history renovation of Norilsk. It would clearly have effects for all of the country. And I believe we would be able to export new practices and broadcast them into all of the Arctic territories. Thank you very much.
Ну, тогда поздравляем еще раз коллег. Аплодисментами.
We are thus congratulating colleagues and our round of applause once again.